In 1930s Korea, during the height of Japanese colonial rule, shadows of deceit and desire dance quietly behind wealthy estates. At the heart of this world is a cunning con man, known as Count Fujiwara, though his title is only a disguise. In reality, he is a swindler, a master manipulator, whose only true loyalty lies with money and power. His latest plan is his boldest yet. He intends to steal the vast fortune of Lady Hideko, a reclusive Japanese heiress living under the strict guardianship of her cruel uncle, Kuzuki, obsessed with rare books and wealth, keeps Hideko confined like a delicate bird in a gilded cage. To make his plan succeed, Fujiwara knows he must do more than simply charm Hideko. He needs someone on the inside, someone who can win her trust, soften her walls, and pave the way for his seduction. That is when he finds Suki, a young pickpocket raised in a family of thieves. She is quick-witted, clever with her hands, and desperate for a way out of her harsh life. Fujiwara offers her a tempting deal: become Hideko's maid, gently guide her toward falling in love with him, and in return, share in the fortune once Hideko is committed to him. At first, Suki treats it as just another job, nothing more than a con wrapped in silk curtains. She enters Hideko's household posing as a loyal servant, tending to her daily needs with practiced sweetness. She whispers carefully planted praises of the Count, preparing the heiress's heart for manipulation. Yet as she studies Hideko up close, the way her voice trembles in quiet loneliness, the sadness behind her eyes, Suki begins to sense that her task might not be as simple as it seemed. Days turn into weeks, and Suki's role as Hideko's maid takes on a deeper, unexpected intimacy. Hideko, though elegant and refined, reveals herself to be far more vulnerable than Suki ever imagined. She is trapped in a house where books of perverse desire are read aloud for the amusement of her uncle's guests, forced into a performance that strips her of dignity. To Suki, this cruelty awakens something protective, something tender that goes beyond her mission. Hideko too begins to rely on Suki, not just for assistance but for companionship. They share hushed conversations in darkened rooms, whispers that feel like confessions between souls who were never meant to meet. A brush of hands while buttoning a dress lingers too long. An innocent laugh over a shared secret suddenly blooms into something charged, electric. Suki tries to resist. She reminds herself that Hideko is the mark, the target whose fortune must be stolen, yet her heart betrays her instructions. The longer she spends by Hideko's side, the less she thinks of Fujiwara's promises, and the more she feels the pull of a forbidden connection. She begins to wonder, is Hideko truly as naive as she seems, or is there more to the heiress's quiet gaze than innocence? For the first time, Suki questions not just her mission, but her own heart, and beneath the delicate surface of their growing affection, danger brews, because secrets are rarely one-sided, and Lady Hideko might be hiding a game of her own. Just as Fujiwara's scheme edges closer to fruition, Suki and Hideko's bond erupts into undeniable passion. One night, their closeness gives way to desire, and they surrender to an intimacy that blurs every line between duty and love. For Suki, the mission collapses in that moment. She no longer wants Hideko's money. She wants her. But the truth is far darker than she could imagine. Hideko reveals that she has long despised her uncle's control, and she has been aware of the Count's plot all along. Instead of being a helpless pawn, she has been quietly playing her own game. Her feelings for Suki are real, but they come with a dangerous edge. In a shocking turn, Hideko and Fujiwara work together to have Suki committed to an asylum, leaving her betrayed, heartbroken, and trapped. The walls close. Suki realizes she was never just the con artist. She was also the one being deceived. Her heart, once hardened by survival, has been torn open only to be broken. Yet even in the depths of despair, Suki clings to the memory of Hideko's touch, unsure if it was ever real or only another performance. But betrayal is never the final word. Hideko, tormented by the cruelty of her uncle and the poisonous game with Fujiwara, cannot let Suki remain imprisoned. Beneath her cold exterior, her love for Suki burns too fiercely to ignore. She executes a daring reversal, rescuing Suki from the asylum and turning the tables once and for all. Together, the two women plot against both the Count and Kuzuki, using their intelligence and courage to dismantle the web of lies that once ensnared them. In a stunning act of defiance, they outwit their oppressors and seize control of their own destiny. The fortune, the schemes, the manipulations, all fade in the face of something more powerful: their love and their freedom. As they sail away from the suffocating shadows of Kuzuki's estate, the air feels lighter, their laughter genuine, their bodies no longer burdened by pretense. For the first time, they are not pawns in someone else's game. They are their own masters, bound not by deceit but by desire and devotion. The story closes on the image of two women who risked everything: betrayal, exposure, even death to choose each other. In a world ruled by greed and domination, their greatest act of rebellion was love itself.